Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. So, tonight we're doing a very special June Twin Flame Current Energy Update. Last month we struggled to have pictures, so as you can see, we do have video this month. I feel like this month is going to be a little bit of a recap. Spirit is asking me to describe and explain masculine and feminine energy, so that's where we're going to start. I always say that we all have masculine and feminine energies, right? That's what these readings are looking into, is these types of energies. Your masculine energy is your protect and provide energy, right? And so everyone has protect and provide energies. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female. And then your feminine energy is going to be nurturing self-care energy. I always say it's what makes you wash your hair, right? And so these are energies that every single person has internally. Again, doesn't matter whether you're male or female. Now, when you're on a specific type of spiritual awakening journey, like the twin flame journey, which is again just a type of spiritual awakening journey, it's very possible that you've met someone that has catapulted your spiritual awakening. And when you're on a spiritual awakening journey, you're trying to balance out those masculine and feminine energies. That's the whole point. That's what we're doing. And when we look at these readings and we tap into the divine masculine energy and the divine feminine energy, that's what we're looking into to see how you can bring balance to these energies. Again, this will resonate differently for all of you, depending on what type of spiritual awakening journey that you're on. For those of us here at PLR, most of us are on the twin flame spiritual awakening journey, and that just means that someone has catapulted our spiritual awakening. It doesn't mean that we're worried about anyone else's energy. It means that that person catapulted our energy, our awakening, and now we're trying to balance our internal masculine and feminine energies. Now, it is very possible that for many of us, again, on this type of spiritual awakening journey, these readings will correlate for you in your life in different ways. Many of us use for example, myself, I resonate more with divine feminine energy, so I definitely use the divine masculine energy to correlate with the person who woke me up, right? And so many of us use these readings in this way. So that's what we're going to do tonight, and we are looking at the month of June. So it's like once a month, Spirit lets me have a little bit of advanced look, right? I do feel like on this awakening journey, being present is really most important. But every once in a while, Spirit allows us to look a little bit forward, right? And so that's what we're going to do tonight. Please remember, guys, we are multi-streaming. We are on 3 different platforms. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time, and everything looks like it's working great. I see Michelle over on Facebook, Diana on YouTube. Thank you, ladies, for coming in and joining me. Let me know, everyone, if sound and picture looks okay, and I'll go ahead and get started. So I have pulled out Denise Lynn cards tonight. I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler for our divine masculine energy, divine feminine energy, and the bridging energy. And I'll explain to you what that bridging energy is when we get to that position. And then I'm going to use these Sacred Destiny cards, also by Denise Lynn, as our head, heart, and higher self space for both divine masculine and divine feminine. All right, let's get started. So I did a Celtic cross for both divine masculine and feminine yesterday. So if you guys missed that, you can find it over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. All right, no notifications. Everything is going out very well. So that's very good. May's twin flame current energy was definitely a challenge for me. Probably more so to the personal things that were happening in my life, but I'm glad that we're back to normal and we have picture. I've always thought it's very important that you guys see the cards. I don't just make this stuff up, right? All right, so I'm going to start divine masculine first. And we have rainbow blessings. I love that. Blessings are showering your life, so pouring in for divine masculine. We also have rejuvenating rain, clear the past and heal the present. And I do believe that's also going to go for divine masculine. Valiant courage is on the bottom. Take action with passion. This is giving me a little bit of Knight of Wands energy. Almost like trying not to be reckless, but going after what I'm passionate and excited about. So if I'm talking to divine masculine, I feel like right now, when I said rainbow blessings are showering your life, divine masculine's like, what are you talking about, Rosa? Where are these blessings at? And how come they're not showering my life, right? Remember, this is collective energy, so this should fit for the most part, very general, of course, for those of us on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey. Jenna says, I just had a helicopter fly overhead. Helicopters, drones, planes, all those things have been very popular for us collectively. But blessings are showering your life, divine masculine. I feel like you're hearing me and you're like, I don't know what you're talking about. One, it's possible that you're having a hard time pulling out the blessings or seeing the blessings in your life due to the fact that you're experiencing so many challenges. It's also possible, though, and a lot of times this is what I pick up with this card. You see the doorway there, the frame of that doorway. Whenever I see these types of doorways, I always get this energy like something's blocking your doorway. So if I'm talking to divine masculine and you're like, Rosa, where are these blessings that are supposed to be showering my life? Hello, Tim. Then I'm going to tell you that something's blocking your doorway, and I'm going to even tell you what it is that's blocking your doorway. Because Spirit gave us rejuvenating rain, clear the past, and heal the present. So that is what needs to be. That's what needs to happen in order for these blessings to shower in your life, right? All right, let's look at divine feminine. And I just want to say this, clear the past, heal the present. We're going to pull some tarot on these, but there is a lot of energy coming off that card right now. This is very deep, emotional, healing energy for divine masculine. Very deep. This isn't just the past like last week, right? All right, let's look at divine feminine. I got to keep going because I'm hearing the messages, so I got to get it out. Divine masculine is healing something from way in the past, like way in the past. And it's something that you maybe thought you were over or you were better from or something like that. But it's like you didn't put the effort or the energy that it takes to fully heal from something. It's like you tried to whitewash it, like you tried to just, I don't even know what that means. I think I just made that up. I don't even use that word. But it's like you tried to cover something up in the easiest way possible so that you wouldn't have to. Okay, for some reason I'm getting like painting. Let's say we're painting something, a wall. It's like you painted it with primer but didn't put the color on it. See what I'm saying? So it's like you put a big cover over it so you can't see the stains underneath it, which is great, but you didn't actually like put the paint on top. You didn't change it. The ugliness is the soreness, the hurt, the pain, whatever this is still underneath what you've tried to cover up. And that's what you're healing now, so that you can get these blessings, or so that you can actually see the blessings. And I said that earlier. I said, I feel like divine masculine is struggling to see their blessings at this time, just because, not saying there are no blessings, but because there's so many challenges, and it's just easier for divine masculine to focus on those challenges than it is to pull those positives out, right? All right, I think that's it for divine masculine. Let's go divine feminine. All right, so we have distant thunder, clear the air. It's very similar type of feeling. Reaching your destination, your light is shining brightly. I love that. And traveling lightly is on the bottom. Simplify your life. For divine feminines, let's see, I did 2 one-on-ones today. The Etsy readings today were definitely, look at, there's that valiant courage again. That was for on the bottom for divine masculine. But all the readings I'm trying to get at here collectively, for those of you that I do your personal twin flame readings, it definitely is this energy of simplify, simplify. It's definitely this energy of take out everything that you don't need. And when I say, I mentioned this in one of the lives, I can't remember if it was the Divine Masculine Celtic Cross or the Divine Feminine Celtic Cross, but I said right now, Spirit has us growing through the concrete. I used that today in one of the one-on-ones, and she's like, "What does that mean, Rosa? What does that mean?" Okay, so you know how you see, you're walking down a sidewalk and you see like a flower growing out between this sidewalk, and you're like, how did this flower grow through this concrete, right? Because it's a badass flower. That's why. So sometimes Spirit has us growing in places like a beautiful soft flower bed with beautiful dirt that is filled with food and enriched with vitamins and all the things that we need, and then we get to grow there, and that's wonderful. But a lot of times, especially those of us on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, God has us growing through the concrete, through the sidewalk. Like, it's not easy. There's nothing easy about what it is that we're having to do. So right now, not adding to that challenge, not adding to that difficulty. Clarissa, hello. Thank you for staying up for me. I love you. But not adding to that is what is needed, right? Like, we're going to be able to do our job, our purpose, what Spirit put us here for, because we're badass. That's why. But can we do it in an easier rate, at an easier way? Can we take away some of the challenges that we're facing every day? Yes, absolutely. And the way we do that is by making things as simple as possible. If you don't need it, you don't gotta have it. You know what I mean? Distant thunder, clear the air is the same thing, like clear the past, heal the present. So there's definitely something connected here between divine masculine and divine feminine that needs to be hashed out. It needs to be communicated about. Communication is key right now. I'm doing this live stream for the month of June on May 29th. So we are in Gemini season. We're about 9 days into Gemini season. And all of that Gemini energy has been at the forefront in your personal readings for days now, days. So I feel communication has been big, right? Lots of things that deal with Gemini energy. The social butterfly, the telepathy, there's just so much going on with Gemini. So it's like there's something that needs to be said, most likely. And that's what I've been feeling like collectively, is there's a conversation that needs to be had. I feel like for me personally, and my own, Rosa, my own spiritual awakening journey, I started to have that conversation with my counterpart, but I didn't finish the conversation. It's a scary conversation, right? Like, whenever you have to start to hash the things out and clear the past and heal the present, right? It's like you don't want to bring up old things, and you don't want to like hurt anybody's feelings, or you see what I'm saying? So it's definitely like that type of energy here. But what I'm getting is there's something about, for divine feminine, there's something about doing it, like actually doing it instead of just talking about it. There's something like both people here, both divine masculine and divine feminine, have something in their past that needs to be cleared out. And there's something about divine feminine who's always, always, always kind of like leading the race, kind of leading the journey, always a little bit ahead of divine masculine. Why that is, I don't know, right? Like, we can go ask Jesus one day when we get up there. But today, I don't know why that is. I just know that that is the way it is. So there's something about the way you clear the air, divine feminine, the way you have that difficult or challenging conversation, the way you're courageous enough to have that difficult and challenging conversation, right? That is causing your light to shine brightly and will help this divine masculine do the same. All right, let's look at the bridging energy. So now let's talk about the bridging energy a little bit. When I made this tarot spread and I created this spread, like I said, this was going to be for the masculine, this was feminine, this was bridging. I created the head, heart, higher self. I created the message, all of it, right? Created this whole spread. And of course, I created it for my own journey, my own awakening, right? But now I realize that because I'm tapped into this collective energy, my readings help you too, right? Especially if you're having the same type of spiritual awakening journey. Bridging energy is when we are both currently learning the same spiritual lesson. So we have higher self lessons, and we'll look at that individually in just a moment, right? Where, divine masculine, divine feminine, we have our higher self, and our higher self is teaching us something. But the bridging energy is the spiritual lesson that you're both learning at the same time. So, for example, if I'm talking to a divine masculine or a divine feminine, and someone awakens you, you have a person, and I mean, I don't even have to go into detail. You know what I mean by your person, right? And so it's like you have this situation. This is the lesson that you're both learning right now. It's what's bridging you together. Now, you don't have to be together. You don't have to be physically in the 3D, in union, happily married, none of that, right? But you're learning the same lesson. It could be different people with different people. It could be in different places, but it's the same spiritual lesson. So that is what the bridging energy is. And I will say, for those of you that question, am I on this journey? Is this my twin flame? Look at that person. Are they learning this same lesson at the same time, right? All right, so we have discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth. I love that because that's exactly what we're doing. And here's the lesson. Impasse. Reflect and redirect your energy. All right, so here's what I'm getting. We're trying to find truth, right? Like that's the goal here. That's what we're all doing as we awaken. And what's happening is we're coming up against something. Maybe we don't like it. Maybe we don't agree with it. Maybe we don't know what to do with it. I don't know. Whatever this truth is, it's like we don't know what to do next, right? Because I see that brick wall. And when I see that brick wall, I always get this energy with the impasse card. Like I'm just going in the same direction and I just keep bumping my head into this wall. And I just keep bumping it over and over and over. And Spirit's like, hey, you got to stop. You got to take a different direction. Something that you're doing is not working, right? So it's like we have to try something different. On the bottom, this could be what we're trying that's different. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. Right now, for both divine masculine and divine feminine, I feel like, and we've been talking about mostly with divine masculine, but I feel like it's both. Right now, the health, the physical health and the mental health really seems to be at the forefront, right? At the forefront. It's like we've been doing something for a long time, and maybe it wasn't helping our mental health. Maybe it wasn't helping our emotional stability, right? So it's like now we have to go find what will help our mental health or our emotional stability. And I want to talk about that discovering truth. You stand in the light of truth card, because one of the things I noticed right away with this card when I first got this oracle set is this old man back here telling this young man which direction to go to town. And the other young man is like, I've already went that way. And what I was looking for wasn't over there. So I'm going to not listen to this guy and I'm going to go find it myself, right? There's something about that. All right, let's pull some tarot. Diane, my Gemini sister, B-Day is June 8th. I love that. Well, happy birthday to Diana's sister. All right, so I picked the Gilded Tarot, and then I threw it across the room. Ooh, look at Divine Masculine. We have 9 of Swords coming out. Anxiety, depression, it's processing trauma. Processing trauma. Remember I said this thing from the past that this divine masculine is trying to heal is something from way back, way back. You have Eight of Pentacles. It's like now you started to focus on it. Before you ran from it, you hid from it. Now you're starting to focus, but you definitely feel like you're not sure what to do next. I feel that. I feel that in the bridging energy. It's like we're a little bit stuck, not sure what to do next here. The Hanged Man does talk about a sacrifice. It's Pisces energy. So if I'm talking to Divine Masculine, where is Pisces for you? Where is Pisces on your chart? That could have something to do with what it is that you're trying to heal, whatever it is that's in the past that you feel has caused you such a great sacrifice. All right, let's look at Divine Feminine, Distant Thunder, clear the air, your light is shining brightly. So I feel like it's pretty easy. This June energy update is going to be all about communication, clear communication, right? All right, so we have the Hermit coming out, Virgo energy. See how he's shining that light? How interesting is that? Wheel of Fortune coming out, like this is your time. Things start to bend in your favor. And Judgment, I love that. Big cards coming out for Divine Feminine. 3 very big major arcanas. The Judgment, Scorpio energy. Scorpio is really strong for me, guys. My counterpart energy is a lot of Scorpio. I actually don't have very much Scorpio in my own chart. But this Judgment card talks about hearing your calling. Look at this Divine Feminine coming out of Dark Night of the Soul and understanding they have great purpose here. Time for them to get to work, right? To do what Spirit has asked us to do. All right, let's look at that bridging energy. See if we can find out what truth we're discovering and why we're at such an impasse with this truth. So first card coming out is 5 of Pentacles. Clear, direct answer from Spirit right out the gate. 5 of Pentacles, you see those church windows in the background. The stained glass window represents the church, right? It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for help. So the impasse is where you've been hitting your head over and over and over is I can do this by myself. I don't have to tell anybody that I'm going through this. I don't have to go to therapy. I don't need help. No one needs to know that I'm dealing with this situation, right? That's what's changing. That's what Spirit is asking you to do differently this time, right? Ace of Wands, fate, destiny, new action, new passionate action, big confirmation. Thank you, Spirit. 10 of Swords comes out. This is how you bring an end to this. This is how you bring an end to this. This is our dark night of the soul that we're desperately trying to come out of. This is the fear and anxiety and depression that this Divine Masculine hasn't dealt with yet. And Spirit saying, do it differently. Take a different route. Stop making the same choice over and over and expecting a different result. You're never going to bring a conclusion to something that's painful by going back to the same thing. On the bottom is Page of Pentacles, another big confirmation. The peacock is sticking out to me for Divine Masculine. This is all about starting fresh, giving ourselves a clean slate. It's almost like we've been on, and I'm going to say this, but just hear me out for a minute. It's almost like we've been on the wrong journey. And there's no such thing. You can't make a mistake. I say that all the time. If you've been following me for any amount of time, I always say, quit beating yourselves up. You didn't make a mistake. That was just part of your soul's path. You had to go that way. You had to learn that lesson so you could become stronger, smarter, wiser, braver, all those things, right? I'm definitely kind of picking up on that energy, but it's like, we went down the wrong route. We went down a route that caused maybe more pain. And that route that we went down was that one where we tried to cover everything up and we didn't want to show anybody what we went through. This any spiritual awakening journey is about going through those fires of hell, coming out carrying water for the next person that's coming out behind you, right? That's any journey. Twin flame spiritual awakening journey is no different. We have to tell our story. We have to talk about what happened to us. It's the only way that we're going to help one another, right? So Pisces came out strongly, Virgo came out strongly, Jupiter energy, Sagittarius, Judgment, Scorpio, Pluto energy. All right, let's look at head, heart, and higher self. Temaki, my Pisces has Chiron and Saturn in the 9th house. I knew that. Me and Tim have a very similar chart. All right, head, heart, higher self. I'm going to start divine masculine first. In the head space, we have power. In the heart space, we have adventures. Wow, look at that. Big confirmation because spirit loves me. The purity card. Remember I said clear the past, heal the present, clean slate, start over. Definitely that's the higher self lesson. So that's what your higher self is trying to teach you right now. I feel like the power card has something to do with a power struggle. Like maybe in the headspace for divine masculine, you're not in full control. There's like a power struggle between you and, so you're the light and you're struggling with the darkness, right? I mean, that's kind of what I'm picking up here. Yeah, and that's going to be the mental health. That's going to be what you're fighting, where the priority has went. But yeah, it's definitely a fight to come out of the darkness and stay in the light, which is interesting because it's one of the things that I heard repeatedly when I was having my own dark night of the soul. Was stay in the light, stay in the light. And I didn't know what that meant for the longest time. And now, honestly, it's just as simple as everything is duality. So everything is like light and dark and right and wrong and positive and negative, right? It's all of it. So it's like stay in the positivity, pull the positivity, right? When you're in dark night of the soul, it's so easy to see all the negatives, right? Again, for like divine masculine, like I was saying earlier, it's so easy to see that, or it's hard to see the blessings for divine masculine because they're facing so many challenges. So it might be harder to see those blessings or be able to pull those positives out, right? Adventures in the heart space. This could be a message from divine feminine. I don't normally know for sure until we get to this position for divine feminine. But adventures in the heart space is about being open, being free, being accepting of happiness and joy. And I do feel like that is what divine masculine is trying to do. That's why the focus on mental health, that's why the focus on all these types of topics is because they are trying to bring happiness and joy and peace and all these things to the heart space. Purity is going to be the higher self lesson. So I'm not trying to be any type of way. I'm not perfect by no means. Okay. I'm just channeling this message and I'm just giving it to you. Okay. But it's definitely telling me that if you want this happiness and this joy and this peace, if you want to take back your power from this darkness and be able to take yourself and put yourself in the light where things are brighter and happier and more joyful, then you're going to have to purify. You're going to have to purify. So it means, and again, not trying to be a certain type of way or nothing, but it means that you're putting something in your temple, in your vessel that belongs to spirit, that doesn't belong there, that isn't good, that's unhealthy. It's not good for you. I struggle when we get to this part for divine masculine because collectively, divine masculine struggles with things like alcohol, drug abuse, of all kinds, pills, I'm not even going to go into it, just all kinds. And I know this because as divine feminine is, remember, always a little bit ahead, always a little bit further down the path, right? As divine feminine is facing those fears that have been happening to her since the awakening started, divine masculine has been trying to cover, trying to put that mask on, trying not to show people, hey, I need help. Hey, this is hard for me. Hey, there's something unbalanced in here, and it's I can't balance it out. I don't know how to find peace, joy, and happiness, right? So it's like, as divine feminine has been doing that, they have been purifying. I've talked about it. I've talked about how spirit, I mean, I don't smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't drink anymore. I'm struggling to stay on a good diet, but I know now, like when I'm eating the fast food, I know I'm not supposed to be doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like I've literally had to remove everything that was toxic, everything that was unhealthy. And let me tell you, if there are things that I'm holding on to that are toxic and unhealthy, spirit is making me pay for them. There is a great cost for whatever it is that you feel you can't get rid of and you must keep in your life. I promise you, there is a cost. But I do feel like there's something that's toxic, unhealthy, again, whether it's booze, whether it's pills, whether it's drugs, whatever it is. It's like you're overdoing it so that you can numb something. And for some of you, you could be like, I'm not overdoing it, Rosa. It doesn't matter. You're doing it to numb something. And the purpose of this awakening is to feel that something that you're trying to numb. You have to feel it in order to heal it. If you don't feel it, you'll continue to ignore it and pretend like it's not there. But the thing is, it's there and it's affecting you every single day. You can deny it. You can say, like, I can look up at the sky and be like, oh, the sky is purple. And I can say the sky is purple 100 times. I could want the sky to be purple, but the sky is always blue. Okay. So it doesn't matter. So it's like there's something in there that needs to be taken out. And I was saying earlier, I struggle when I get to this part because for a lot of divine masculines, it's the drinking. The drinking is what they're used to cover up having to feel anything, having to experience it, having to remember childhood trauma so that they can heal from these things, right? It's why they drink, so they can cover these things up. And even if you're not drinking a whole bunch, I don't care, whatever it is, Spirit is telling me that you have to purify. You have to take out. If God was sitting next to you, would you put it in your body? If God was sitting next to you, would you drink it? Would you eat it? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So those are the things that have to be removed. And I get scared when we get to this part because I'm always scared that someone's going to be like, oh my gosh, I got to quit drinking right now. I'm just going to stop cold turkey. And now you got a medical problem and you're sitting in an emergency room. And some people don't freaking make it from stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So I get so nervous when I have to talk about the toxicity that you're pumping in your body, and you may not be pumping it in there. I don't care how it's going in. Either way, if you were sitting next to Jesus and you wouldn't put it in your body, then it's toxic, it's unhealthy, and you need to figure out how to remove it. And I'm not telling you go stop cold turkey because again, that could cause you more medical problems. What I'm telling you is go find someone who's educated and knowledgeable in the thing that you're doing too much, it's unhealthy and needs to be removed so that they can teach you how to do it properly. That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm gonna pull some tarot. Just some regular Rider-Waite. And let's start with that power card. All right, so we have Queen of Pentacles. I just want to say, I just heard something about this purity. For some of you, the toxicity that you're pumping into yourself is your own negativity. So if you're not drinking, you're not doing drugs, you're not smoking a bunch of pot, you're not doing things like sleeping it away, trying to hide from something, then it's going to be your own negativity, your own beating yourself up that has to be purified. It has to be removed because that's just as toxic in spirit's eyes as the booze or the drugs or whatever else, right? Okay, let's keep going. Queen of Pentacles coming out for power. Queen of Pentacles is a power card. It talks about someone who's in control of your resources. We have Four of Swords here. Four of Swords is a period of rest. It's also a period of healing. And Page of Swords. Page of Swords is that card that says someone's watching, but it's also the card of higher learning. So when I started reading tarot, Page of Swords was really the watcher card, the creepy stalker guy, the I'm watching you, but I can't say anything card, right? That has definitely changed, and not, I would say, in the very recent past. It has turned into higher learning. And if you look at it, the card means both of those things, but it's definitely like wanting to know more. Give me more clarity, more information on this situation. I feel like Divine Masculine could be finding new resources on their healing, and it could have something to do with, again, therapy, a mentor, a life coach, something like that. Someone who has more information than they have, right? All right, so I want to read your comments so bad, but Spirit won't let me. I have to keep going. Adventures is here in the heart space. We have Temperance here, Sagittarius energy. Again, we've seen Sagittarius energy with that Jupiter card up there for Divine Feminine. So it's very possible this is a message from Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. Healing. Healing will help you open your heart space to this wonderful new adventure, to this happiness, joy, light, enlightenment, all of those things, right? Queen of Cups, another big confirmation that this is a message coming from Divine Feminine. And Two of Cups here. Two of Cups, Queen of Cups is unconditional love. Two of Cups is equal effort, partnership, coming together. Look at Divine Feminine sending this message through the heart space to Divine Masculine. Let's heal. Let's heal. Let's make healing our number one priority. That's in the heart space. For purity, we have the Ten of Wands. Stop doing it. Stop doing it. Ace of Wands, new action, fate, destiny, and Nine of Cups, divine wishes being granted. And remember, the card was rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. If you feel like divine blessings are not happening in your life, it's because you need to take new action. It's because you need to do something different to purify whatever spirit says, hey, I can't have this here. Nine of Swords is on the bottom. It's something you're doing to yourself. Divine Masculine. It's something you're doing to yourself. I want to point out that the Temperance card, healing, that finding that balance, you see that? It's the only major arcana for Divine Masculine. Tim says, never be quiet, Rosa. Your voice is needed and respected. I appreciate that. I don't even know what I said. I'm definitely, this is one of those ones I'm definitely going to have to go back and watch over, right? People think that I know all this stuff, or like I'm teaching you this stuff. Like, no, God teaches me and I just tell you. And sometimes, like, I'm not here. Sometimes, like, I have to come back and be like, what did we talk about? What was said? More times than not, let me tell you. All right, so Divine Feminine. So this is your nurturing self-care side. This is what we're looking at. Head, heart, and higher self. Thoughts, stand still. That is not the stand still card that I like. Abundance in the heart space. That is definitely going to be masculine message and feminine message through the heart space there. We will go ahead and pull some more messages from each, but I can tell that communication is happening through the heart space. And look at this. Are you ready? Oh my gosh, Spirit loves me. Blessings. Blessings comes out for the higher self lesson for Divine Feminine. On the bottom is the thriving card. The thriving card shows that giraffe, and it talks about how we have to go above and beyond. Spirit doesn't like lazy. That's something I've learned the hard way. Spirit doesn't like, and when I say spirit, like it's just a label, guys. It's God. That's what I mean. God, spirit, source, whatever label. I like to say God, but for some reason, it seems like when I'm doing these or channeling these messages, it's spirit. But anyway, I forget what the lesson was that Spirit was teaching us. But stand still. Let's talk about that in the headspace, because there's actually two cards. There's the stand still card, and I can't remember what the other one is. I'm not going to look it up, but it means the same thing, like not making big moves. And for Divine Feminine, the other card is very elegant. It's purple. It's beautiful. I love it, right? The stand still card is kind of ugly and messy, and it doesn't look right? It gives me a little bit of like Seven of Pentacles type of energy, a little bit of like, what is this mess? What am I supposed to do with this? Why am I not able to move away from this energy, right? It's interesting because that came up in the private readings that I did today. A lot of you guys, more than one of you, right? Like, I feel like whoever hears me is going to be like, well, that was me. Well, it was in your one-on-one, but there was others, and they said the same thing, right? But a lot of us feel like we're at this point in our journey where we're not sure which direction to take next, right? We went through our awakening. We went through Dark Night of the Soul. We went through separation. We went through Runner Chaser. We went through reunion. And now it's like, okay, now what? I think that Spirit is asking us to stand still or not make any big moves at this time, because there's definitely something that we're not quite finished healing. The reaching your destination doesn't say, Divine Feminine, you're doing everything right and you're already at the finish line. It does not say that. It says you're reaching your destination. You're getting closer. You're headed in that direction. But there's still more healing that needs to be done. So if I'm talking to Divine Feminine and you feel like you're on this journey, you went through all those stages that I just talked about, and now you're at this point of, okay, now what? What do I do now? Why is things not changing for me? Why am I not moving in a new direction? There's going to be something that you're not finished healing. And let me tell you guys something. There's no such thing as like healed. You can't put ED on the word healed. It's not a thing. You can't finish healing. You're always in the process of healing, but can you recover from something? Yes, you can. Will there always be things that you're healing? Yes, there will be. But there are times when you can fully recover from something and you can go out into the world a healthy, functioning, responsible member of society and be able to do the things properly. That would be somebody's version of healed, right? But again, no such thing. The moment you do that, there's going to be something else that you dig up, that you find out, oh, I need to heal this about me next. You see what I'm saying? It's a constant journey. You're always moving. But if you feel like Spirit's asking you to stand still in this moment, what is it that you haven't finished? What is it that you still need? Is it, for a lot of you, it's closure. When I was talking to many of you in your one-on-ones or even in your Etsy readings, it's closure. That's what you feel you need. That's what you feel is lacking, right? And the only thing I can say about that is, until you realize that this journey has always been from day one about the purpose. It's not even about you. I know this is going to really step on some toes, but are you ready for this? It's not even really about you. See, this is God's army. If you're having a spiritual awakening, that means God has reached down and saved you in some shape, way, form, or fashion. And now your soul is in God's army. Unconditional love, being a better person, treating people kindly, understanding and compassion and empathy, all of that is God. That's not Rosa. That's not Diana. It's not Tim. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm Rosa, not the only person that goes, oh, you got to love people unconditionally. No, God told me that. So I got to tell you that. You see what I'm trying to say here? So if you feel like you're standing still, there's still something that you haven't healed. There's still something in that same area that you've been working on that you're either ignoring or you're not bringing some form of closure to. Something you still have to do is what I just heard. All right, let's look at it. Stand still. Again, I'm going to use Rider-Waite. We'll use a completely different set so we can see if we get any duplicate cards. Look at that. Ooh, it's not a duplicate, but do you guys see that? King of Pentacles. Ooh, I love it. We have the Devil card coming out, Capricorn energy, and Five of Wands, but it wanted to come out in reverse. It's probably because my cards are messed up and I don't know how to shuffle. But King of Pentacles is going to be taking responsibility for something. That's so weird. I swear I just heard my phone ring, but the mic is connected to my phone, so it can't ring. But yeah, that was weird. Anyway, King of Pentacles is about taking responsibility for something. That's spirit getting on to me because I've been yelling at other people about accountability. And it's like, when I'm doing that, it's like spirit's like, Rosa, you got to be accountable too. You can't just tell people about accountability. Like, you got to be accountable too. But that's what it is. King of Pentacles is taking responsibility. The Devil card coming out. It could be some Capricorn energy. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, but I think it's again about what it is that you're healing from. Five of Wands, challenges, but again, it was trying to come out in reverse. It doesn't really matter because I just read the energy of the card, and the energy of the card says this is no longer difficult for you. So there's something that is causing you to stand still because you need to take some accountability for it, because you need to take some responsibility for it. Diana says, it was me texting you. No, it's on you. I keep all of the notifications off when I'm doing these lives because people like to test me when I'm doing these. And so I just keep it muted so I don't get distracted. But yeah, it was so weird. Like, I literally heard like the whole tone. It was something else. All right, abundance in the heart space. I feel like this is a message from Divine Masculine, Page of Swords. I want to learn more. See that Page of Swords up there? Big confirmation. Ten of Swords. I want to bring a completion to this painful life cycle. We've seen that up there too. And big confirmations. Look at this. Queen of Cups comes out, and look at Spirit and how much Spirit loves me. Do you guys see this? Tell me you see it. So Queen of Cups, I said this is a message from Divine Feminine in the heart space for Divine Masculine here. Queen of Cups is my clue card for Divine Feminine. That's a big confirmation that this is coming from Divine Feminine. Abundance is coming from Divine Masculine. And look, King of Cups, we have a match. And it's my favorite freaking match, right? King of Cups is my clue card for Divine Masculine. So it's like Divine Masculine is saying, show me, teach me. How do I bring this painful end to this life cycle I've been in? How do I get control of my emotions, right? Blessings in the higher self. Now, this is going to be for Divine Feminine. Be confident in yourself. Be confident that those blessings are coming. Be confident. For Divine Feminine, it's finances, right? It's all about your finances. Spirit has made us go out here and learn, teach us how to become our own resource. We've had to go out here and do this. We have become our own resource. And now we have to like keep it up. It's like we have to keep it going. It's like we have to can we manifest something in the heat of the moment or whatever? Yes, but we need to be able to do this at all times. Nine of Pentacles. We need to be the Nine of Pentacles at all times. We need to be independent and we need to be confident in what we're capable of doing, right? Seven of Cups is here. This is how we're going to have more choices or more options. So if you're feeling stuck, that's definitely the lesson that you're learning now. Be confident in what you've learned about your finances. Be confident in what it is that you know you need to do to become this independent Nine of Pentacles, right? The Hierophant is on the bottom. The Hierophant is Taurus energy. It's also about spiritual beliefs. I believe that your belief system is changing about something. It could be about something that you're going through, or your belief system about your Divine Masculine is changing. Very possible. Big confirmations there. Spencer is tapping his way into the kitchen. Come check us out. All right, so we're going to pull some more messages, even though we had these two here in the heart space, right? So divine masculine is definitely saying, hey, I want to know more about this. I want to learn more about this. I'm watching you as you're doing this, right? All right, so we are mirroring each other comes out. I didn't plan this comes out. I knew what happened. Ooh, that one's stinging a little from my own personal journey. So mirroring each other could definitely, that's pretty easy. That happens most times on this awakening journey, right? And it doesn't mean that they're a mirror to you. A lot of people get that mirror part confused. They're like, well, he's not a mirror to me. I don't treat people that way, or I don't do that to people, right? No, but he's mirroring to you what it is that you need to heal inside you. In other words, he's doing something to you to show you that this bothers you and that needs to be healed, so that that can't bother you anymore, so that it can't affect you anymore. That's what the mirror means. I feel like there's such confusion when we talk about the mirror and the twin flame journey. I didn't plan this. I just want to say this giving me a little second chakra, sacral chakra, shame, guilt, remorse type of energy. So this divine masculine could be purging sacral chakra. In other words, like, I feel like we felt that with the temperance card, like learning to forgive themselves, right? And that's been pretty collective for divine masculine. But what I want to say about I didn't plan this, let me tell you something. And I don't care who I'm talking to. I don't care if I'm talking to divine feminine, divine masculine, it doesn't matter. Nobody planned this. You know who planned this? God planned this. Because again, this is God's army. This is God's plan. This is God's purpose. This unconditional love, this spiritual awakening, this healing so that we can help others heal. That's God, okay? This is God's plan. So if you're mad at your counterpart and you're like, oh, he planned this, he did this to me on purpose, or she did this, or she tricked me, or she would, no, I promise you, you're wasting your oxygen, you're wasting your time. Nobody planned it but God. It's that simple. Now, I knew what happened. So I'm just going to tell you. Ready? Oh my gosh. Okay, so in my own personal journey, I did something that was, I wouldn't say foolish, but other people might say it was foolish of me to do. And I didn't want to admit to it. Like, I didn't want to say, hey, I did this thing again. You know what I'm saying? And instead, what I did was I pulled back, right? Like, I stopped talking, or I, acted a certain way, or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it was that I did. And it was like, I didn't have to tell them what I had done. It was simple by my actions, what I had done, right? And so that's kind of the message that I'm getting there from my masculine. For some of you, and this could just be for a few of you, I'm getting a little bit of a message with the I knew what happened card. Where this is gonna have something to do, again, this could just be for one or two of you out there, but it's like, you know how you have that connection at the beginning and everything seems really weird and you can almost like read each other's minds and you're like, why is this happening to us? This counterpart could have known like out the gate that this was a spiritual connection. And that's rare. I just want to say that's really rare, because for the most part, divine masculine energy is very physical, like material type of energy. So it's like, if I can't see it, I don't believe it type of thing. So again, that's going to be for just like one or two of you out there. All right, you make me humble comes out. That's a little bit of an inside joke for me on my own personal journey. Not the make me humble part, the name. It's not, never mind. Forget it. But you make me humble. That was actually said to me and I mean, it goes both ways, right? When we awaken, when we start this journey, we just think we know everything, right? And then we have the awakening when we realize, oh, we didn't know shit. Like we didn't know nothing the whole time. We were living in this fog, right? And it's like when we awaken, the fog clears, and it's like, oh, now I know, now I see, and that's where you make me humble comes from. I know you're upset with me. I'm sorry. That's going to go with that card there. So I'm just going to say, I do feel like Divine Feminine, you may have made a choice or a decision or have done something in life that your counterpart energy maybe um, does not agree with. And here's what I'm going to say about that. If they don't agree with it, are they badgering you? Are they belittling you? Are they yelling at you? Are they calling you names about it? No. And if they are, they're not your twin flame, right? I know it's really hard for people to understand. There's so many people that are putting karmics in this position, and they're like, why is this not happening to me? Why do I not have these gifts? Why am I not tapping into my awakening? Because that's not a twin flame. That's a karmic. That's a difficult, challenging life lesson that you're having to learn in life, right? Now, if your person, your counterpart, for me, when my counterpart doesn't agree with my decisions, it's not a badgering, it's just more of a quietness. In other words, like, how does it go if my mom said, if you don't have something nice to say, then you just don't say anything at all. It's kind of like that, right? I'll try is the last card for Divine Feminine to Divine Masculine. On the bottom, my favorite, I think one of my new favorites that I just made in here, and I believe this is a comment that I made. We are meant to be each other's peace, and that's actually very, very true. And that is something that Spirit told me, said to me, really just put into my soul, right? Like we are meant to be each other's peace. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier. If this person that you're putting in this position is volatile to you in any way, if they're fighting you, if they're abusive, if they're a twin flame will ghost you before they abuse you. And I mean, ghosting, I guess, could be considered some form of abuse, but you see what I'm saying? They will run and hide before they cuss you or talk crap. You see what I'm trying to say? So it's like, you remember, it's one soul. And again, it's not a split soul. There's not a half a soul here and a half a soul somewhere on this planet. No, you're a whole all by yourself. It's simultaneous incarnation of your soul. You can't be mean to yourself. It's almost literally impossible for the twins to be mean to each other. That's why we have things like ghosting and separation. And that's why I always say, when those things happen, they're for your protection. They're for your protection. All right, so I'm going to pull guidance, and we haven't used the Moonology Oracle in quite some time because we haven't been doing the signs, right, for a few months now. Since I started my summer job. So I thought it would be perfect time to pull these out for guidance. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to offer a few free readings here at the end. Well, I'll pull your current energy, your energy, their energy, and your bridging energy. Again, if you're on this specific type of spiritual awakening journey, and I will pull it from the Moonology Oracle. But first, we're going to close out our June Twin Flame current energy update with guidance from Spirit. First one to fly out, adjustments are required. Definitely. And it's going to be this one right here, right? Reflect and redirect your energy. Take time to breathe out, dismantling moon. That's that card where Spirit's telling us to stop beating ourselves up. What do you need to release? The energy is gaining momentum. The new moon sticking out to me. Guys, we have that Gemini new moon coming in on June 6th. And ready, North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Right now, North Node is in Aries and everyone is feeling that. That's why we're having this worldwide awakening at the same time. Mass spiritual awakening happening so much all over this world, right? North Node is in Aries. We are all focused on finding and fulfilling our purpose. That's the goal. That's what we're here to do. And that's what Spirit's wanting us to put our focus. Go find your North Node on your birth chart. Where is your North Node for you? Because that is the biggest sign on your birth chart. What is your purpose? How will you fulfill it? You can find that information out on your screenshot of the universe when you were born. If by chance you don't know how to read your birth chart, or you don't have a birth chart, you want a birth chart, all of that information will be in the description box of this video. All right, guys, the answers you need are on the bottom. Look at that, full moon in Gemini. Now, we do have new moon in Gemini, but that's close enough, Spirit, close enough. All right, guys, that's it. So let me know. Anyone wants to do a current energy, now is the time. I'm going to try to stick to the schedule. So we did a masculine Celtic cross, and we did a feminine Celtic cross, and then we did the twin flame current energy. So I think I'm going to try to stick with that. I think I'm going to try to do Sunday's night, because that was our popular night, right? To do love and astrology, where I do a small collective reading for all of us. And then maybe Monday and Tuesday night, swapping back and forth because I don't know when or where, do a divine masculine Celtic cross and a divine feminine Celtic cross. I now have a set schedule at work, so I'm now able to set a schedule for PLR. So that's what I'm looking at. So if anyone has any, ideas, objectives, let me know. But that's what I think we're going to do. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Again, to the best of my ability, while I can, when I can, just to get us back in a little bit more of a routine. All right, so Victoria, Tim, Michelle, Diana, and Renee. I love it. Let's close it right there. That is perfect. That's exactly who needs the messages and who's supposed to be here. And I'm just going to go through them real quick. So Victoria first. Victoria on YouTube. Victoria, say hi to me in the comments. Say hi to me as quickly as you can, Victoria. Yay, thank you, Victoria. All right, ready? Here's their energy. It's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. Victoria, is your person a Scorpio? Your energy, be bold and make the first move. It's cardinal moon. It tells me that you've been having a lot of passionate energies being stirred up ever since we had that Aries eclipse, right? And you are good enough as your bridging energy. It's full moon in Virgo. One of my favorite cards in here, because again, we're beating ourselves up all the time. So right now, both of you are learning, one, you are good enough, and two, stop speaking down about yourselves, and don't speak down about the other either, ever, ever, ever. All right, that's it. I hope that was helpful. That's not it. I'm trying to be a half-ass, and Spirit's like, yeah, it's not gonna happen. Okay, you are good enough. There was another card in the collective spread that I was supposed to talk about this, but I skipped over it because I was trying to like hurry up or whatever, so I didn't spit it out. And then Spirit gives us another one. So it's like, Rosa, you're going to talk about it regardless of whether you want to or not. Okay, so here goes. Ready? I've said this before. So again, if you follow me, then you probably heard me say this before. We need to do this one right here. Somebody help me remember that. But what I'm hearing, and the message that I'm hearing, Victoria, is that we tend to talk down to ourselves, or maybe even talk down about our counterpart energies It doesn't matter which way it is. I think for you, it's you. It's like you're hard on yourself. Okay, so here's the thing. You know how, like, pretend you have a child and you and your child are somewhere, and some person is standing in front of your child going, "You're not enough. You're ugly. You're bad. You're no good. You're this. You're that." What is going to happen? What is the emotion that stirs up in you as the parent of that child as you hear this person say these things to your child? Do you see what I'm trying to say? So, spirit is, God, and we are God's children. So, when we're sitting there going, "You're not good enough. You don't have the power. You're not having this awakening. You're not important. You're not powerful." Do you see what I'm saying? When you're saying these things, what do you think God is feeling? Like, do you see what I'm trying to say here? So it's really, really important that, one, you understand you are good enough, but two, don't put yourself down. Don't tell yourself bad, negative things, because it's not good. It's not good, right? All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, so let's see, where are we at? We need to make sure we do Cat D. Cat D. And then that's the end of the list, I promise. All right. Come on, work. All right, Tim on YouTube. Tim on YouTube, say hi to me in the comments. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Tim. Surrender to the divine. Hold your vision. And a personal issue reaches a resolution. This one's full moon in Cancer. All right, so you are surrendering to the divine. Hold your vision. I want to be like Spirit saying that your person needs to hold their vision. But I'm actually getting a little bit more of I'm actually getting a little bit of stubborn energy here, and a little bit of like my way or the highway type of energy here, and that's not going to be the, like, Spirit's never going to say it's my way or no way, right? But that's kind of what I'm picking up there. And a personal issue reaches resolution. This is your bridging energy. So it's like the personal issue is the surrender. This person's personal issue is the stubbornness, and this is what Spirit is having you heal at this time, right? And full moon in Cancer, the Cancer is definitely giving me like that healing vibe, like it's something that would be nurturing to you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. All right, next we have Michelle on Facebook. Michelle, say hi to me in the comments. We saw that one in the collective. Okay, so they have conclusions are within reach, full moon, eclipse. You have the answers that you need are coming, full moon and Gemini. Don't let pride get in your way. It's full moon and Leo. Both of you want to be right about something, and there's some type of competition here about who is right. That's going to have to stop. And again, I'm not trying to come out here and be like, oh, I don't do this either. Actually, I do. And that's why I know it has to stop. But yeah, there's something here about I don't want to be wrong, but I don't want to be wrong either. Or I'm right. No, I am right. It's something like that. Something like that has to stop. Now, conclusions are within reach. This has something to do with this person's energy. They've been going through something that's been very troubling and very challenging for them, and that is almost to a completion. But I think that's what's going to bring you the answers that you need, because it's the Gemini card. And I mean, I know you're Gemini too, but I feel like it's more about the twins, right? And don't let pride get in your way. That's what tells me the whole situation, right? It's like either it's something about being right and wrong, or it's like a competition. Like, I don't want to be wrong. I'd rather them be wrong than me be wrong. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Thank you, Tim. All right, Diana on YouTube, say hi to me in the comments, Diana. I love the Moonology cards too. One of my favorite first oracles. Thank you, Michelle. All right, so your energy comes out strongly right away. South Node, don't let your past hold you back. So there's something in your past that is, oh, Diana. Okay. All right, so you went through an awakening journey. You experienced a connection to source, to spirit. You learned things. You started to implement those things into your spiritual path. And then something from your past has now come in, like resurfaced, come into your energetic vibrations. It's definitely like a poke in the bear. Like, I'm testing it. Like, I'm testing it. What is it? Like, I'm trying to shake it up, agitate it. There's something about that, and it's going to be someone from your past, or a past energy, or a past situation that has now resurfaced and is poking the bear, right? And there's definitely something there about like not letting it win, not letting it like cause you to react, right? Bring love into the situation is kind of telling me that, but that's going to be their energy, because that's also what they need to do. I feel like you already had the love here. You even had unconditional love, but something is poking the bear. And what's happening is like, this person needs to, and I just want to say it's Aquarius, new moon in Aquarius. So you see the Aquarian, she's always pouring that water out. She's like bathing in it, cleansing herself. Like, this person definitely needs some cleansing, or something about the dark moon that's sticking out to me. I'm not trying to be mean. It doesn't matter. Nobody's bad. We just have low vibrational energies, and that person has a low vibrational energy and could be an Aquarius. All right, bridging energy, have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon, and there it is right there. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. So whatever's happening here, see what someone's doing to you for what it is that they're doing. That's going to be key. That's going to be important. And like, don't allow something or someone to cause you to react. At this point in your awakening, you respond, and you respond appropriately, right? Like, you don't allow someone with lower vibrational energy to come in and pull you down. All right, I hope that was helpful. She says, I know what this means. Good, sweet, sweet. All right, Renee on Facebook. Renee on Facebook, say hi to me in the comments. And then we had Kat D on YouTube. Renee, let's start their energy first. This is interesting, so I just want you to make sure you hear me say that really quickly. This is their energy first. This is definitely giving me masculine energy. And it's telling me it's their energy, so it's going to be really important. All right. So interesting. It's all three. So I had to shuffle them all back together. And you saw me shuffle several times. and then they fly out. And the way they fly out are the cards we've had, because I had to put them all back together, right? But it's interesting, these two, because we just saw them. Don't let your past hold you back. That's their energy. That's the masculine energy. You are now in this feminine energy. It's full moon in Cancer. It says a personal issue reaches a resolution. You've done something. You've made some change just in the last couple of hours that has now put you into receiving mode, because that was the personal issue. You couldn't receive, right? And so now you're in this feminine energy. Now you're in receiving mode. This person is still dealing with those past karmic lessons. That's what they're trying to heal. But I want you to notice that bridging energy. The bridging energy. And I just want to say, Renee just learned her moon sign today. The bridging energy is new moon in Aquarius, and it says, bring love into the situation. All right, Renee, I'm going to leave that there, and I hope that was helpful. All right, Kat D. Sweet. I know, Renee, I got so excited the moment I see what was going on. That was super quick. Knowledge is an amazing thing. When you have a knowledge about something, the power that holds, just knowing something can bring instant change. You know what I mean? All right, Kat D, this is the last one. Ah, thank you, Renee. Thank you. All right, Kat D, there's going to be a reason you were drawn to the PLR. So let's see. First card to come out, their energy. Luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. This person could feel, you could feel like they're lucky a lot of the time. But it's actually about the sign, new moon in Sagittarius. So your person is going to have Sagittarius in some place. Sun, moon, rising. It's masculine energy, so maybe Mars. All right, and it doesn't matter, male, female, doesn't matter. All right, let's look at your energy next. Expect powerful change comes out. It's new moon eclipse. So right away, that's telling me something big has happened to you since that April 8th eclipse. It's probably been one powerful change after another, actually. All right, bridging energy. This is what's currently bridging you together. So you're very close to achieving your goal. It's the gibbous moon, but here's the confirmation, because I just said this says new moon eclipse. It doesn't have any sign. It doesn't say solar eclipse. It says new moon eclipse. But I picked up on that Aries energy. It's time to take action. New moon in Aries. This was the eclipse that we had on April 8th. So there's something about that eclipse that happened to you where it's like you could feel like you're very close to learning something, achieving something, reaching a goal, getting to something that you've been wanting, but there's some action that you have yet to take. It's time to take that action. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. Communication is key, is on the bottom. It's new moon in Gemini. We do use the Gemini to represent twin flame journey. So yeah, you need to communicate, and it's like you almost know. You know it's coming. You feel it coming, something like that. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so very much. Star Luva, let me pull a card for you, Star Luva. Guys, I'm going to try to stick to that schedule. So I'm going to try to be back on Sunday night. Please remember, life is happening to me as we speak, right? It's not happening to me. I'm out creating the life that I want. And sometimes when that happens, I try to stick to the time and the date, but it's very possible I'll have to push it around or move it around. So if that happens, the best way to catch these lives is to make sure that your notification bells are hit to all, right? But I am going to try to make that schedule, stick to that schedule. I'm struggling still with the time back and forth. Here we go. Starluva. Starluva is Angela. I'm sorry, I should have said Angela. A romantic cycle begins. New moon and Libra. Take time to breathe out. I'm going to leave it right there, Starluva. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, make sure to come back. Join me Sunday night. I'm going to try to do some love and astrology. I'll do a collective. We'll do some free readings. And then Monday and Tuesday, I'm going to do a Celtic cross. I'll either do one for divine masculine or one for divine feminine, and I'll swap back and forth and change it up a little bit. But that way it allows us to have a collective reading each week, and then allows us to put the focus on one or the other, divine feminine or divine masculine. I think that's really going to help us as we get through the new summer schedule, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in, hanging out with me. I appreciate all of you so very much. My moderators, I love you ladies. Tim, thank you so very much for coming in and participating and helping always. I hope to see all of you very, very soon. I am always, always sending each one of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good evening, everyone.